Okay, so a school's rectangular athletic fields currently have a measure of this. I'm going to draw it. Currently have a measure of 125 yards, 125 yards by 75 yards. Okay, now they plan to expand the length and the width by the same amount, x yards. So what we're going to do on there is we're going to expand this by, we don't know what that amount is that we're expanding it by. We're going to expand it by x in each direction, right? Some x, additional x number of yards. Make the field bigger. And they want to know what's the area. Well, we could originally have done the area by doing 125, that original area, 125 times 75, and we would find the area in yards squared. Now what we need to do is we need to multiply these two new side lengths. And essentially what you've got here is 75 yards plus y yards. I'm sorry, plus x yards, right? And then this same thing, x yards plus that length. Okay, so what are we then multiplying? What we would be multiplying is 75 plus x, or x plus 75. That's this width right here, times 125 plus x, or x plus 125. And that is this length right here. So what's going to be the new area? Well, let's do the FOIL method. First, x times x, x squared. Outer, x times 125, 125x. Inner, 75 times x, 75x. And last, 75 times 125. I don't know what that is. I'm going to have to calculate that. So I'm going to do down here just 125 times 75. 5 times 5 is 25, carry the 2. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. Carry the 1. 5 times 1, 5 plus 1 is 6. 0 placeholder, and these numbers are no longer there, being carried. We say 7 times 5, 35, carry the 3. 7 times 2 is 14, plus 3 is 17, carry the 1. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 1 is 8. 5, 7, 3, 9, 3, 7, 5. And you can confirm that with a calculator. I'm not using calculator. I like to practice. I like to practice my multiplication. Okay? And, oops, if we combine like terms, we say then, what we got as a result? X squared plus these two terms here are x terms, and we can combine them. 125 plus 75 is 200. X plus 9,375. And all of that is, well, what are the units? Yards. So when you do yards times yards, you get square yards. That is our answer. And they could use that to say, okay, if we knew that we wanted it to equal a total of this many square yards, we could solve and say, what should x be? Plugging numbers in and checking, or there's other actually methods that you'll eventually learn. So that's the general expression for the number of square yards if they added x number of yards on in each direction to expand the field.